Today, we have our biggest SGC mail day ever. So I sent off 75 cards to SGC. I mailed them on June 12th. They arrived to SGC offices on June 18th. And then they were graded on July 8th. So that comes out to a total of 21 business days. 1 day short of their 15 to 20 day, expected turnaround time right now. It's faster than the last time I sent them cards, but it's still slower than I think it should be, and I would want from SGC. I've got a stack of cards that I'm going to be sending out soon that I'm going to go to PSA just given the slower SGC turnaround time, but let's check out these grades. Oh, and real quick, before these cards, if you see anything here that you like, any cards that you're interested in, these are all going to end up over on Whatnot. If you're not already on Whatnot, scan the QR code on the screen. That'll get you $15 off. Any purchase, it gets you $15 in free credit. You can use it with me, any other seller, but if you see something you like here, a lot of this stuff will end up in the shop, and then whatever is not in the shop will end up, of course, in our dollar auctions. I'm live every Wednesday and every Sunday, so come on over, check out a stream, pre-save it so you get notified, sign up if you're not already there, and hope to see you there. But let's check out these grades. All right, so we've got our first stack of 4 here. I'm going to be honest, I can't even remember what cards I sent off, let alone whether or not I got any crazy good grades here. So we'll see what happens. Starting off with the Frank Thomas, Bob Ross, Joy of Baseball. I wish that they did this set again. It's such a shame that it was a one and done set. But starting off with a 10, we will definitely take that. We love having a high gem rate sub. Next one, Ricky Henderson. Same thing, Bob Ross, Joy of Baseball. 10, Ricky Henderson. Rest in peace. Gone too soon. Aaron Judge. I love these. I know these are fairly common. They're not like the most common, but Judge at a $9.99 on the Donruss nicknames. These are just great looking cards. It's just a cool card. It's a great one for the collection. 9.5. Okay. That's too bad. We'll take it though. Jesus Mate, pulled this one myself out of my Sapphire box. 10, we'll take that. Jesus Mate, like him a lot. Luis Pena is going to be better. I've been saying it for a while. I'm going to continue to say it. So hoping this one also gems. And it did. Very nice. We will take that for sure. Sebastian Walcott. This is an interesting one. Again, another Panini card, but Walcott, big-time prospect, one of the better prospects in the minors right now for the Rangers. Future tie-dye. It's a good-looking card, I figured. And then a 10, we'll find somebody that likes that for sure. When I sent this AJ Smith-Shawver out, I think he's hurt, if I'm remembering correctly. I had somebody actually asking about him. I was like, where did this card go? Forgot that I sent it to SGC. We're just learning that now. So on the orange Sapphire rookie, 9.5. Okay. I will say, though, people always ask me, how do you decide SGC versus PSA? I do really, really appreciate and like that SGC does have the 9.5 grade. Gives me some extra flexibility when it comes to, the difference between a 10 and a 9 is pretty large. The difference between a 9.5 and a 10 is not as big for me personally. So Ohtani on the Chrome Black, 9. First 9 in the sub. That's too bad. Juan Soto on the Chrome Black Green Atomic, 9.5. That's a good-looking card, though. Looks great in the SGC slab and the tuxedo. Lawrence Butler, he's having a so-so season this year on the Purple Mini Diamond, 10, back on track. Jordan. Man, I don't even know what parallel this is. Purple Mini Diamond as well. Okay. So, out of 150, 10 there. Leo, I think this is a refractor. Yeah, refractor. 250 out of 250 on the bookend and a 10 there. Do like Leo a lot. O'Neal Cruz on the Aqua Equinox. 10. Very, very nice. Cruz did really solid in the Home Run Derby. Didn't win it, but did well. Sapphire of Christian Moore. He's up now with the big team, but got hurt, which is unfortunate. 10. I still believe in him. I think he's got really good power speed combo, which is just like what you want to see. Ellie on the Sapphire, 9.5. Chase Burns on the first Sapphire. I know he's not getting as much hype as Mizorowski, but I love me some Chase Burns. A 10 there. We'll definitely take that. Trey Morgan next on the yellow. Underrated prospect. Looks a little off top to bottom, so I'm going to guess 9.5. Yeah. Centering was not perfect there, but sometimes you shoot your shot on those, and that was one that we shot our shot. Langford on the Aqua Shimmer. I'm going to guess 9.5, seeing left-right. 10. And see, that's where, sometimes it's worth shooting your shot. This one definitely is a little thicker on the left than the right, in the same way that Trey Morgan was a little thicker on the top and the bottom. But And then finally, Matt Shaw on this first stack on the green grass, 9 out of 99 and a 9.5. So only 1 9 in that stack, which is definitely solid. You know, would prefer more 10s than we got, but, you know, we'll take the 9.5s. Aaron Judge, this one was a Bowman Platinum. I think this was the Ice Parallel. I got this in a big lot that I bought. Yeah. So this one was not going to gem. I knew that. On the back, you can see here, it's got some edge whitening. It's nothing terrible, but I sent it in hoping for a 9, maybe a 9.5. 9.5. That's not bad. That's pretty solid. That's better than I thought. So I expected a 9 on that one, so we'll definitely take a 9.5 there. It's a nice drop. Nice grade for that Judge. Gunnar Henderson on the Rose Gold Platinum. So this is numbered out of 75. 9 there. It's definitely a little off-center left-right. So, again, it's one of the tough things with... I need slabs. One of the hard things with the Nashville show this past weekend was there was not enough value slabs for me. 9.5 on the Shaw. And it's hard to keep up with my slab inventory. So it's one of those that, like, if the card is really clean other than the centering, sometimes I risk it. 9.5 in the Ohtani. Sometimes I don't, but that was an instance of I'm going to risk it, see what we can get. Bobby Witt on the orange refractor. Great looking card out of 99. 9.5. Seems like this is going to be a 9.5 sub. We're not getting a ton of 10s. Leo out of 199. That's a 10 at least. Nice. Take that. Jackson Holiday on the mini diamond. He's been playing really well for the Orioles. And his brother just got drafted first overall, which is pretty fun. Or not first overall, fourth overall. I thought he was going to go first. Roman Anthony, blue pattern. My guess is a 9.5 here. The paper is really tough to gem. I thought it was really clean, but it's a paper card. Yeah. There's normally something super minor on a paper card. It's so much harder to get a 10 on. So we can see here that the auto grade got a 10 on this Braden Montgomery. A 9.5. I like Braden. Think he's a really solid prospect for the White Sox. I still like the trade. You know, trading him I think was still the right call. Fun one here. 3 former teammates were the batting average leaders in Trey Turner, Juan Soto, and Bryce Harper. And a 10 there on the gold. That's definitely a cool one. Junior Caminero. I'm going to guess this is a first, maybe? Yeah, first refractor. Okay. Out of 499, Caminero's been playing crazy well. And a 9.5 there. As I said, I think it's a 9.5 sub. Our last PSA sub was a 10 sub. I think this is a 9.5 sub. Aaron Judge in the draft. That's a nice one. So not his first Bowman, but still is a prospect Aaron Judge. Still sells for pretty solid numbers. Gunner on the mini diamond here out of 299. 10. We'll take that. Dylan Cruz on the yellow lunar here. 8.5. Our first sub 9 grade. Hopefully the only. We'll see. Curious one. I'm not sure Cruz's timeline for return from injury. Gunner on the green up next. 9. 8.5 and a 9 back-to-back. We don't like that. Mookie on the blue mini diamond platinum anniversary. 10. That's a great looking card of Mook. Love the color match there on the Dodgers. The 52 throwback design. My boy Arjun Namala on the gold sapphire selections. 10. He's got a bit of a slump, but I still believe in him. Still believe. Big fan of his. Gunner on the purple. 9.5. All right, so that is about halfway through. Let me grab the other half of the cards. All right, so we've got our next stack starting off with an Acuna and a Cosmic. I have no clue what parallel this is. Green, okay. Numbered out of 75. Speaking of Cosmic, I got a really cool Cosmic card coming in. Be on the lookout for that. 9.5 on the Acuna. Nick Kurtz on the auto. I bought this one at the Hendersonville card show. Numbered out of 299. 10, very nice. Notice that it did not, SGC, for those of you that are new, SGC does not grade, they automatically will grade the auto for free. However, if the auto, as you can see here, that it's definitely a streaky auto, if it's not going to get a 10, they just don't put it on the card. So that one probably would have gotten a 9 as an auto grade, so they just don't grade the auto, which is totally fine on that end. Adley on the Atomic Refractor out of 2021 best, 10. Xavier Isaac. I like him as a prospect. Think that he's a little underrated. He's got good power speed. First on print on the first Bowman. 10. Let's go. Travis Bazana. I think this one's also a refractor. I can't imagine that I would have sent in a base. Yeah. Refractor on the draft night. 10. Nice little streak here. I'm going to jinx us, but it is a nice little streak. Mike Trout on the finest what if. We got a full box, by the way. We're going to a full case of Topps Finest coming in for a ribbon flip on release day. That should be a ton of fun. That's pre-scheduled over on Whatnot, so make sure to go check that out. Finest, numbered out of 125. Out of 10. The 10s maybe are starting to stage a comeback. Langford on the mini diamond out of 299. And the 9.5s. Strike back. Soderstrom on the blue refractor rookie out of 150. 9.5. Dylan Cruz out of 299. Not a rookie here. This is prospect card. 9.5. Dylan Cruz again on the blue lava out of 150. 9.5. I'm so curious. We'll do a count at the end to see how many 9.5s we got. I think it's a lot. Corbin Carroll on the refractor out of Cosmic Chrome. 9.5. It is. It's a 9.5 sub. Josh Young on the Chrome, Cosmic Chrome Green Space Dust. 9.5. Our head got a little too big with those 10s. Austin Wells, he had a solid start to the season. Has cooled down a little bit. Debated whether or not this one was worth sending, but in a 10, I'm sure a Yankees guy will grab it. Kyle Tucker. Never would have thought that he'd be the second best player on his team going to the Cubs, but PCA is that guy. 9. Ugh. Ohtani on the Bowman's Best refractor. Bought this in a lot off of DC Sports on eBay. 10. We'll take that. Aaron Judge on the Power Players. Just the base. It is a paper card, so I'm going to assume 9.5, especially with this grader. 10. Nice. Happily surprised there. Caminero on the green. This is nice. I forgot that I even had this card. 9.5. Derek Jeter numbered out of 99 on the purple. Let me guess. 9.5? Yep. Didn't even have to look. Samuel Basallo. Basallo's a beast. This kid's got like 20 homers in AAA at the age of 20 already. Out of 199 and a 10. We'll take that. And then on to our final stack before we count up our totals. Starting off with a Torkelson. I think this is a lava out of 50, if my memory is correct. It is. Yep. 10. It's a good start. Kutch. I'm going to guess 9 on the Kutch. These are hard to do well on. A 10. Very nice. That's a cool one. Love the home field advantage. Great one for if you're a Pirates fan. Cough, cough, Eli. Jackson Holiday on the Atomic Perspective Royalty. We're back. We are back on the 9.5s. Mackenzie Gore. This is not a big card. I mean, it's still not a big card, but he's having a great breakout year for the Nationals. 10 on the refractor rookie. Definitely pleased there. Shohei Ohtani on the Unleashed at a 149. 9.5. We are so back, chat. Luis Severino. I know, he's not playing well right now in Oakland. I think he's going to hopefully get traded, but black refractor in the Yankees uni, so hopefully there are some guys that like that. Out of 10 and a 9.5. That would have been cool in a 10, but we'll take the 9.5. Got that in a value box at a show. Gunner on the silver foil board. Paper card, 9.5. 9.5. Gunnar Henderson again here on the sepia. I'm going to guess 10 here. Hey, let's go. Juan Soto on the chrome black. Now, I don't love... People sometimes send me stuff with the Padres uni. I don't really like the Padres uni stuff, and I'm not buying a ton of the Yankee stuff, but chrome black, it's a good-looking card. If it grades well, it's nice. What else would I expect? At this rate? This one's super cool. Bobby Witt on the Black Stars rookie out of 149. 149? Yeah, 26 out of 149. They got it right. 9.5. Looks great, though, in a tuxedo. Very, very fun. I got a few Bobby Witt guys who I know will like that. James Wood on the blue pattern. Paper card, so I'm going to guess 9.5. Yeah, spot on. Man, so many 9.5s. Bryce Harper fired up. It continues today. We're getting close to the end here, though. Shohei Ohtani on the Strike Zone Heroes. 10. That's a really cool one. Topps Japan. Really fun-looking card. Love those. It's fun. The Topps Japan set gets some really cool inserts that we just don't get. CJ Abrams having a great year for the Nationals. 10 on the Cosmic Rookie. We'll definitely take that. O'Neal on the Sapphire. Okay, I didn't even remember I had this card. Yep. Jarren Duran on the Sapphire. This is comical. Aaron Judge on the Sapphire. Hey, 10, nice. If one of those sapphires we can get a 10, definitely prefer the Judge. O'Neal Cruz, I think this is an orange sapphire. Yeah, I remember buying this card. 9.5. Yep. And can we grind it out with another 9.5 to finish it? Jeremy Pena on the 10 auto grade and a 9.5. So let me count and see how many 9.5s we just got. All right, so I'm here to report something surprising, actually. We had 35 10s and we had 35 9.5s. So it was a literal even split between the 10s and the 9.5s. It felt like when I was going through it that it was a lot more 9.5s, but I think there were just a few nice runs of 10s that worked in our favor, but we'll take that. So 70 out of the 75 got a 9.5 or higher. We got 4 9s, and then we got the 1.85 out of our 75 cards total. I'm always curious when I get a result like this where I get 35 9.5s. What percent of those do you think would have gotten a 9 had I sent them in? With PSA, if this, because they don't have the 9.5 grade. And what percent would have gotten a 10? I'm always curious as to whether or not that would have been in my favor or not in my favor. So let me know what you think the expected change there would be. I tend to think and believe that more would have 9'd than 10, but you never know. So I appreciate you guys checking out the video. It's always fun doing these grade reveals. Gonna have some more stuff coming up soon. As I said, got a nice order going out to PSA. Gonna be doing some on-site grading at the National, so be on the lookout for that. Gonna have some awesome national content coming up. That show is happening very, very, very soon, so can't wait for that. Gonna have a video talking about that next week, but be on the lookout for that. As always, I appreciate you guys that are subscribed, like, comment, all that jazz. Really, really helps us out. And as always, catch you in the next one.